back, WNST and Baltimore positive. Nothing more positive than this group here. I am under the Faidley's neon sign down here at world-famous Lexington Market. Don Moeller, Rod and Shotgun. It is truly a Baltimore positive event. First off, thank you for being our initial sponsors, along with State Fair and Jennings, and being a part of this. We're coming up on 1 year, coming up on about 150 episodes, Don, I think is correct. And from the very first time I met you, you have been working for a year as a family on another project. And Don, I want you to do the honors of introducing the family.
This is a very special edition of Baltimore Positive, long awaited. We have the matriarch and the patriarch of Faidley's.
And whatever Damie is.
Bill and Nancy Devine. We
Number
have,
two.
Damie Hahn, and we have her son, Will. Why wait? Damie, I'm going to turn to you. We have said, I don't know. Stay tuned. Today, we have an announcement. What's that announcement?
The announcement is that we have purchased the old Plymouth Wallpaper building in Catonsville.
21228.
And we're excited to. Catonsville is actually where the family has been for quite a few years.
Quite a few years.
Yeah, the Faidley family was from Catonsville, so we are always from the west side. And, of course, Lexington Market is on really the west side of downtown. And so our family has been west side people for, close 150 years. So it's exciting for us to be able to take this beautiful building. It was a 1923 Heidelbach grocery store. And we're going to be renovating this into a beautiful seafood restaurant for Faidley's, and we're going to take the whole upstairs and make it into an event space, and we're going to be able to move our shipping operation out there, and we're so excited. We've got a whole bunch of other things that we're excited to announce, but first things first, we've got a building, we've got a liquor license, and we're getting ready to get started.
Well, and I will say, Nestor, I can already hear the folks out there while they're excited. They're saying, "Oh man, that's great! Where's everybody going to park?" I do want to assure people that we have a committee that's working closely with the administration and with the Revenue Authority on both some short and long-term solutions. So we know that's an issue, and we're going to be addressing it. Nancy, you got long roots in Catonsville. Talk about your Catonsville
I grew
roots.
up in Catonsville, and it's so nice. In fact, my grandson, Will, that's going to be there in the new building and help look after the continuation of something that we built for many, many years. And what's nice about it is he can get on his bike and come to work.
What generation will Will be?
Will would be 6.
Fifth. He's
You're
fifth.
5th. Oh,
My
Tommy.
kids will be sixth.
Your kids will be 6.
The 5th generation of
Right.
Faidley's. One of the
I lost count.
Yeah, and he's living in the Faidley house,
Right.
so that's nice.
I have to tell Bill. I have to ask you: is there going to be a crow's nest in the new place where you climb up to avoid people? Nestor, tell people why the crow's nest matters here.
I mean, there's a ladder over here that goes up into sort of, it's like an attic, right? It's like a little Faidley's attic.
That's his eagle's nest. Right? Not really. You're calling him the crow. We call him the eagle.
The eagle. Well, we had mayoral candidate Mary Miller in this morning, and she was sitting here, and she looked, and she said, a couple of years ago, I sent 60 crab cakes to my son who was on the West Coast. It was the only thing he wanted were these crab cakes for his birthday. And she said, if I remember correctly, I had to climb up a ladder to meet the gentleman up in the eagle's nest, we'll call it.
Right, that's right. And
So
that's where all the part of the work is done. The other work is in the kitchen here.
Well, Nancy, you were on with us earlier, and some people may have missed it. If you did, go back and check out Bill and Nancy's earlier episodes with Baltimore Positive. But talk to folks about the origin of this famous crab cake. Nestor said, best of Baltimore this year. Talk about the origin of these crab cakes.
I think I was the first one to make a crab cake out of jumbo lump crab meat. We had the other crab cakes that everyone served for years. And I just decided one day that I was going to try to make a gourmet crab cake. And I worked on it for a little bit. In 1987, came up with a crab cake. I made 6 crab cakes. The next day, it doubled. After that, it just kept going.
This was
and
87?
This was 87.
Okay.
Why was it that you couldn't go down the street in Dundalk and get a jumbo lump when I was a kid? Because you're right. I mean,
Because they didn't separate the meat. They picked the whole crab. Yeah.
They picked the whole crab, so you wouldn't just have jumbo lump. You'd have a combination.
Correct.
And a lot of lumps on top.
And
of
the
course,
body meat on the bottom.
the crab meat at that time frame, actually, the lump crab was the back fin.
Sure.
Right.
Because that's where the lump comes from, the swimmer fin in
They
the
call
back.
it back fin in Maryland.
That did all the work. And then later on, because of marketing and they could get more money, they started separating all of it. And there was more of the leg
body
mat and body meat, so that was the less expensive. And of course, when it came to the only 2 lumps that were in the crab, that became the filet mignon out of the crab.
Sure.
So I wanted to make a sauce that would enhance the flavor of the crab. It's so beautiful. It doesn't need a lot of
I
enhancing.
agree with that.
And therefore, I didn't want to overpower the crab meat, and I came up with my recipe. In 92, GQ magazine gave me the Golden Dish Award for one of the 10 best dishes of the year.
Beautiful.
And then other people started hearing about this. I first made it in here, and I was concerned because of not having a white tablecloth that I wouldn't be able to get the price. But it became the crab cake that most people wanted, and I started selling more
It's the reason
of the
I know
jumbo
about
lump.
you, literally, right? I mean, it's
And
Including your famous story where
I-
you couldn't satisfy Oprah.
I couldn't. But because we couldn't make enough of them at the
She
time
wanted it
frame.
at Christmas.
And
there's
we
no
didn't have enough
crabs at
Maryland crab
Christmas.
cake.
Right.
Yeah, no Maryland crab, and we knew that we couldn't do that. Other people came up with something, I guess, and helped her out. But we then we've just had a wonderful time with it. We traveled to Europe for the state of Maryland and the city of Baltimore to promote the BWI International Airport.
It used to be Friendship, and when they were becoming an international airport, they were trying to entice people to come to Baltimore as opposed to D.C. or New York. So we went over with the state, with delegations from the state, taking these wonderful crab feasts and my mom's crab cakes and soft crabs.
one way to get him over here.
And
Right.
we fed them, and they were just they were all these travel agents were at all these parties that we had, and that's
And
one
of
of the
course,
things
a
that
lot
pulled-
of the local people. It became a charitable thing. Everybody every year looked forward to it, and we had a wonderful time. We had a lot of the airlines sponsoring us. So we were able to put on an authentic crab, thanks to my husband who stayed back and made sure that I had all local. Everything that I put out there was
we
local.
took live crabs and steamed them there.
So they had the authentic. We didn't fake it. They had the authentic crab feast. Only it was a little bit different than what we normally have here. Rather than a backyard, it was a black tie.
Oh, well, I'm not
So-
going to crack crabs like that.
So you use the word authentic. One of the things I hear all the time is you guys are now coming to the suburbs. You're coming to Catonsville. When folks walk into Faidley's, roughly when, Damie? 18 months from now?
Yes, we're hoping next spring.
Okay, next spring. When they walk in, are they going to feel like they're in Faidley's, or are they going to feel they're just in another suburban place?
Well,
There's going to be a little bit of both. There's going to be
Okay.
a little bit of both. We're going to be mixing it up a little bit.
Do you already have like what's the word? Blueprints for what you're going to do, what it's going to look like,
Or is it in your head?
In your head.
Right
No.
now, it's in my head because you know that I haven't been in that building much. I've
Right.
been in that building 6 times. So we've got a lot of work to do, but we've got a lot of ideas, a lot of great ideas, things that we've wanted to do for years. So we're
and
looking
the other
forward to it.
the nice part about it is there's the working people. I mean, we're very, very crowded in here on Saturdays, as you know, with families. But we're going to be able to have dinner, and families will be able to come any day of the week to have dinner, which we weren't able to do here. So we primarily did lunch and
we'll be able to do both out
But
there.
now we'll be able to do both.
Okay, and
So-
plus, I think you've said to me that if folks want to have anniversary parties
Absolutely.
or
We're
birthday
gonna have
parties, you're going to
events.
have a designated event space there
We're
as
going to
well.
have a beautiful event space on the second floor. It's going to be large. It's going to be great. And now Catonsville is a designated arts and entertainment district. We'll be able to have some of that arts and entertainment up in our event space, and we're really excited
Well,
about
not that we need one more good reason to go to Catonsville, but now we got another one.
Well, this is
right.
exciting.
Over and over again, people said, "Why Catonsville?" Well, it was our home.
You said I was a
So-
comet.
That's
Yes.
right. So, because we have been invited over the years to go
to a lot of different places.
we've sat down with a lot of people, and they've done everything to try to get us to come. But finally, I have another generation. My daughter.
Two more.
Two more.
And that's right, two more, and they'll be able to carry on. And so I just think it's great.
And you have a
And-
liquor license, I
We got a
understand.
liquor license, so we're getting ready to. We're really excited about the whole project, and we're excited about the new Lexington Market project because that's going on at the same time. So we're going to be moving over to the new building when it's built. They're going to break ground here next week. So we stay where we are for the next couple of years until that one's ready, and we'll be moving over there. So there's got a lot of things going on for Faidley's in the next 2 years.
Tremendous excitement in here this morning. Nestor and I were saying we looked over, man, they were lined up past the door. I mean, there's an energy.
Well, the project's begun down here.
Right.
Yeah.
So people know it's real. We had Kirby Fowler on of the Downtown Partnership. So Faidley's is going to be in Baltimore for a long, long time. We were saying, what we say earlier, 1780.
1782 was when this
82.
market. This is the
6
oldest
years
continually
after.
operated
He
market.
said 86. He's
Seven-
cheating you out of 4 years.
1886 is when my grandfather.
86.
came in.
When you
That's-
started.
When they
my
started,
grandfather
10
was here.
years after. So George Washington probably had a crab cake here along his way to the Delaware. Listen, you got it.
No, he had a muskrat.
Tell
He
that
had a
story.
muskrat turtle soup,
Back to
terrapin
that.
stew.
Bill made you go back to that muskrat. Listen,
Yeah.
thank you all for your investment in the city.
Thank you.
Thank you all for your investment in Catonsville. We'll say you got to love the Ville. Now you know people are going to be counting down the days. The Faidley family, everybody.
And the
Thank
Haunts,
you.
too.
And the
Yeah,
Haunts.
Good seeing you, Damien.
And the
Appreciate
Divines.
you. Good luck
Thank
with your
you.
new operation. We're Faidley's. We're eating crab cakes. Senior Faidley here, Dad's on the other side, but we can't mic everybody,
That's
Right.
Next time we'll have him on.
We
There
are
you
going to
go.
ask them, though, when can we have some? We know we need to sample one day, Bill, when we come down. We need to sample that muskrat. We need to dive in.
No.
All right.
They offer
In honor-
Next time
in
you're
honor
here,
of
I'll
J-
make you some.
In honor of Jim Rouse, we're going to have some muskrat.
Oh, that
There you
was
go.
yes. He used to
loved it.
love it.
That was his
Yeah.
favorite.
Oh, okay. All right.
There
He
we
said,
go.
yeah. All right. So
tune
Just
in.
like chicken? No. Okay, just checking. We are WNST.net, AM 1570. Signing off from Faidley's. You don't have to eat a muskrat, but if you want to, you can come here.
There you go.